vape. Today I'm going to be doing a review on some SMOK products, pronounced SMOK. They've been around for years. Lately they've been coming out with just better and better products. And today for review I have the H-PRIV 220 watt H-PRIV kit. That is a 220 watt mod. And the SMOK TFV4 micro tank. This is even more innovative and slightly changed since the last time they came out with the micro, and it's also in black. I also have the SMOK TFV8. This is called the Cloud Beast, and that is this massive beast of a tank over here. It comes with a variety of coils as well as a monstrous RTA deck. Loving it. It's a high power tank. They've innovated a little bit further on the TFV4 concept of tank. Top fill airflow is different. There's some subtle changes on this. The silicone top fill seat over here, including the shape of it and the texture and the material, that's different. Really enjoying this. It's a Cloud Beast. So we're going to go take a close-up look at the H-PRIV 220 and the SMOK TFV4 micro, as well as the TFV8 massive Cloud Beast. Here you go. Close-up of the SMOK H-PRIV kit. Creativity is beyond imagination. Here it is. Sexy, very cool looking, innovative design. It's a 220 watt mod. It has some similarities to the XCube. However, the fire panel over here kind of hinges in on an angle from there. Works great. And it's got the same XCube menu. This is a 220 watt device. It's got all the temperature control for nickel, titanium, as well as stainless steel, and the same menu functions, menu options. We'll go into those in a moment. And the same SMOK TFV4 micro tank with that same micro coil that has great flavor for your mid-range, lower powered vapors that want a maybe 20 to 60 watt vape instead of a 60 to 150 watt vape, which you do on the other TFV4 coils. And they changed the drip tip. I kind of like this drip tip a lot better. This is actually, I don't know if this is removable. Yeah. All right. Well, it's not easily removable, put it that way. But you can get this off. I'm not going to do it right now because I like this drip tip. It's a little bit angular, kind of a wide chuff. Much better than the original that had top airflow on the drip tip that nobody really needed and diluted the vape. We'll take a closer look at this in a minute. I want to show you what comes in this packaging. So this is very similar to other products that I've received from SMOK. Creativity is beyond imagination. You've got product specs on the outside. It's very nice. You can go ahead and read those, pause the video. It's a 220 watt mod. The SMOK Micro TFV4 tank is 22 millimeters wide. There's a 0.3 ohm micro fused Clapton, a 0.25 micro stainless dual core. Comes with a replacement glass tube, and there's also a tank extender, so you can enlarge the tank if you want. I have the extender in right now, or you can use the shorty tank sleeve. SMOK provides an alternative to traditional tobacco cigarette professionally. It does not mean to be used as a nicotine replacement therapy for smoking cessation. They're not allowed to say that this will help you quit smoking, but I can say it. I quit smoking using e-cigarettes, and I haven't smoked in more than almost 2 years. Here's the box, very nice. So I like that the product specs are on the outside packaging for you to read. Also, it shows you the serial number of this device and the fact that this unit is black. It comes in 3 colors, a white and red, a black and red, and I believe stainless steel or silver and red. There will be a giveaway I have one of these to give away. It'll be the silver one. So here's a battery warning label, or battery warning card. Don't use batteries if they're all shitty like that. All right. If you didn't know better, now you know. Quality control, it passed. Thank you very much. Warranty card, verification of authenticity. Pretty good product user manual. I'm going to show you specs on the product. You can also get this on the SMOK website. There's your authenticity check, warranty information, user guide, schematic diagram, how to use it, how to go through the menu options, watt mode, temp mode, memory mode. This is interesting when it tells you about max, min, hard, norm, soft. You can actually, there's a sub-menu that lets you adjust the output power without adjusting the wattage. You can go a little softer, a little harder. There you go. I'm not going into detail on temp control in this video. You can figure that out by watching a whole lot of other people's stuff. This is how you get those different coefficients for the metals that you're going to use if you like temperature control. Okay, you can look at different menu screen pictures, self-protection. Here's how you use the tank. There's how you top fill it. That swivel they've made a little bit more robust and beefy and less janky, and it really feels like now I don't feel like that hinge is going to give out. I feel like that'll actually last the lifetime of this tank. Air control ring is on the bottom now. And there you go. Don't use this product if it's raining. Don't put it in the fire. Don't use it if you're under 18. Don't use it if you're in a bad mood. No, that's a baby. Don't use it if you got a bun in the oven. That's a universal pregnancy symbol. And that's it. What else comes in this? You've got some extra parts here, extra O-rings. These are actually extra tank seals, and this is your extra, I like this. This is the extra top fill silicone grommet. It's this part right here. You get an extra one of those. All right. Going to show you something in a minute. The evolution of this tank has been such that this used to be a very flimsy, soft piece of silicone that was flat, and it would warp and misshape and get shoved out of place and eventually get chopped up. This is a lot more beefy and robust. Do you see the pattern here? That textured ribbing, I'm going to call it, that gives it structural strength and stability so that when you're opening and closing this door, you don't catch this thing and move it out of shape. It used to be very malleable, and people would complain over time, and not very long owning this tank, that would misshape and chop up, and it would leak. So now this is a lot more robust. The shape of it is still round. When we get to the TFV8, I want to show you a quick sneak peek. TFV8. It's not round anymore. It's a oval to hold its shape even better. But we'll get to that in a minute. So it's nice to know you have an extra couple of these gasket seats. Those are the ones that go on the top and the bottom of the tank. So these are red. If you want to swap that out for black, you got them, and an extra one of these. And also this nubbin over here so that it seats in there right in the proper place and you don't have to fiddle with it. Yeah, that was another issue, was getting this seated properly and correctly. That also indicates this side down. And these ridges used to be higher and used to catch and get clipped and get chopped up when you used to close that top fill like a guillotine. Now they're kind of like more streamlined, low profile. All right, so what else comes in this? You get this tank band. If you want to put this on there as a tank protector, or you can put this on there to prevent this top fill from accidentally opening at awkward moments. You can do it like that. I have found that in the evolution of this TFV4 tank, the top fill hinge and system It's not as easy to open that anymore as it once was. It used to be like any amount of small pressure over here had that thing flying open and zinging around. Now that takes a bit of intentional pressure from this direction. So you look for the break in the deck there, right there, and then that's where you push it. Okay, so it comes with this extra tank band. That's what that's for. It comes with this extra coil. The coil I have in there right now currently vaping would be the other ones. I think this is the stainless coil. Micro, I can't read that small. STC2, yeah, stainless Clapton? No. I don't know. Pretty cool looking. Look at the precision. Look at that tight paralleled vertical coil. The 0.25 ohm, 30 to 60 watts. All right, that's where you prime it on top there. This is where you look to see if it is primed. Here's your 510 power connection here. You see there was a little bit of a gap there, so press that in. All right, but when you screw it down, that'll also clamp that down. There's the end of your leads clipped. There's your like negative, and then somewhere up here is your positive. There it is. There's your positive. All right, that's the spare coil that comes with it. Here's the glass sleeve for that's the shorty sleeve. If you had this in there, you would not use that chimney extender. I put the chimney extender in there to use a little bit bigger of a tank, get a little more juice capacity for myself. So that's the packaging for the H-PRIV. Now let's take a look at the devices. The SMOK Micro 1, TFV4 Micro. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's take a look at this new 220 watt mod. Not going to go through all the menu options on this today. I'm just going to show you what's different. You're not meant to open these screws. You're not meant to open up this device. Don't mess with it. Okay, so here it is. Fits nice and comfy in the hand. It's kind of heavy with 2 batteries. It's got some nice weight to it. Power on. 5. This is the power. This whole side, just like the SMOK XCube. All right. Here's our power. 1, 2, 3 gets you into the menu. You go through the different modes, just like the XcubeII Plus, just like the SMOK XCube and XCube Mini. Memory mode, wattage mode, temperature mode, memory mode, wattage mode. Temperature, normal, hard, max, min, soft, normal. TC, stainless steel, nickel, titanium, stainless steel. I don't really want any of these. I want to go back to power mode. So we'll wait. It's asking for the temperature coefficients. So if you happen to know that, then that's where you would adjust that for the resistance coefficient. Mode. You have to sit there and wait. Temp mode, memory mode, wattage mode. You have to sit there and wait. Somebody told me if you push the like power button, hold it, that it'll like that'll force it to accept whatever setting. But then once you click that, you go to the next one. So you got to go to the one before it, hold it, click it. I just rather wait. I'm letting you know this because it's a pain in the ass. Okay, so here's how you adjust temp. Okay, in the beginning it's going to go in increments of 0.1s. Then when you hold it down, it's going to speed up. I think it speeds up again. There it goes. See how it had like 3 speeds? And this goes all the way up to 220 watts. And it goes all the way down to, I'm going to guess 5 watts. Who wants to take me up on that bet? 6 watts. Okay, let's go up to 30 watts. Why? Because we're about to use the microcoil with this tank. All right, but let me also show you the battery compartment. Here's how you remove it. Press down towards the device. All right, it relieves the pressure. There's like some springs, and then you slide it out, and this lifts off. It's held on by these 2 magnets. On the bottom of the door, it indicates to you which side of the battery it wants facing this button, which side of the battery it wants facing this button. So positive means meet the positive. Doesn't mean positive down, means positive makes contact here, negative makes contact here. It's very important to know. And putting this door on and off, you don't start out over here and slide all the way in. You get into position. Okay, this tab is going to click into place. This tab is going to click into place. So you get it kind of in the position there. Press down and then slide in. There you go. This is a upgrade, firmware upgrade only. This is not for onboard charging. Remove your batteries. Don't be lazy. Okay, so there's the mod. Let's go take a look at the tank itself. Here's the tank. Nice and sleek, black, red O-rings. You can replace that for black O-rings. You got SMOK engraved in there. This is not laser etched. This is actually engraved. Micro TFV4 designed by SMOK. The airflow has 4 airflow slots, and this ring spins 360 degrees in either direction. This top fill feels a little bit firmer, a little bit less janky. It takes more intentional effort to open the tank, meaning you have to push down. You look for that break, that Tetris-looking piece break in the deck, and you have to push down and sideways, and it's not going to just fling itself easily to the side. This, as we mentioned before, this silicone whatever this is, a grommet, is nice and substantial. It's made from a good, thick, dense material, and it doesn't easily push off. It doesn't easily misshape. There were guys complaining that, you know, this would start pushing and shoving and like stretch away from the chimney. That's a fact on the original tanks. It's been improved. And this over here, this is fairly robust. The fit is nice, and you know, if you want to be neat, come along and take the opportunity to clean up a little, but not very messy, not messy at all. Very easy to fill these days. Let me show you how you fill it. Okay. Oh, by the way, I love this drip tip now. This is a great drip tip. Very insulative. It's got that nice like slope to it. Feels nice when you're using it, and it's going to make sure this tank doesn't get hot on your lips. They did away with that drip tip that had the 4 airflow holes in the drip tip, which I was never fond of. I found that was diluted the vape and wasn't necessary, like ever. Okay, so here's how you fill it. If you didn't know, I'm using some Tallahassee. It's a angel food cake with whipped cream, like Twinkies. What you want to do is use a unicorn bottle. If you're going to use a dropper like this, because you're lazy like me, make sure that there's not a whole lot of accumulated juice on the outside. Like, let it drip a little bit. The outside stuff is going to drip down. All right, so you can get the end of that dripper in there. No problem. What you do is don't go in the center. Go off to one side. See how I did that? And again, if you had accumulated juice on the dripper, you're going to get a puddle over there. But that's not the tank's fault. Whose fault is that? Daryl's. I'm showing you so that you don't make that same mistake. If you want to avoid that, there you go. Now no muss. No fuss. And keep an eye out when the surface gets to the top. If you keep going, then you're going to have another mess. But I don't know what the capacity of this is. I think maybe 3 milliliters. It's like 2 milliliters and then maybe 3 or 3.5 with the extender on it. You can look it up. I'll probably annotate in the video. Offhand, I don't know. All right, there we go. So let's go back up top. Vape on this, talk about it, and I'll share my experience. Hey guys, we're back up top now. I hope you enjoyed those close-ups. Let's go ahead and talk about this H-PRIV and Micro 1 sub-ohm tank. I'm going to leave the TFV4 for another day, for another review, because that's its own creature and needs its own conversation. I want to talk about this mod, this tank, the coils, and talk about vaping on them. But first, let me take a vape. And let me show you something cute. Do you see what it's doing right now? It's backing down power. This is on the stainless steel setting at 550 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm getting a delicious, great vape, and it's cutting back power when it's dry hitting. So I don't get a dry hit. It cuts back power and then goes into temperature protection, which is exactly what you want from a temperature control mod. I'm loving this stainless steel temperature control coil. I was enjoying the Canthal Clapton coil for several weeks now, and then pop this in. A couple of things I'll say about that stainless steel coil. It took a little bit to break in. Start at lower wattage, work your way up. I wasn't enjoying the vape that much on the minimum and soft and normal setting until I put it into like hard and max setting. Then I got a nice vape because it needs that punch of power. It really it needs that initial punch to give you that vape. I put it in temp control at 550 and it's vaping beautifully. This does make a little bit of whistling noise, quite a bit of, you heard it. That's okay, I can live with it. So you've got great functioning temperature control, a nice coil for 30 to 60 watts, whether you're using Canthal or whether you're using stainless steel. You've got temperature control that works, does its job, a nice mod that's sexy, has some different color options, a very good quality tank. I had this tank from when they sent me the R80 with the Micro 1 kit, and I used it, I reviewed it, I loved it, I gave it to a smoker. She quit smoking. This is a gal that smoked for like 33 years, and she's still going steady with that one tank. Thank you, Smoke. You're responsible for helping somebody quit smoking in addition to your review video. It's not the kind of device I needed, an 80-watt mod with a Micro 1 tank. I didn't need that. But right now, there's a gal that would have been smoking, and she's using your product that you sent to me for review. So thank you very much. I also want to thank Smoke for joining the Sevilla coalition of Shenzhen E-Cigarette Manufacturer Association and helping support our fight against the FDA and unfair deeming regulations. They have jumped on board, and I don't know the details and the capacity. I just know they're a part of Sevilla. That's a manufacturer in China that's supporting our vaping needs in the USA. I love that about you. All that aside, this is a great vape. This was sent to me directly by Smoke for the purpose of review. I didn't pay for this. This one I think I will keep because I'm enjoying it. They sent me 3 of these. I gave one away on my advocacy video a couple of weeks ago in the live show, and I have one more to give away. That's the silver one with the tank, and that's up for grabs. So comment down below what you like best about this product, this setup, this device, what intrigues you about it. My personal opinion, I recommend it highly. Is this worth buying? Yes, it is. If you're a beginner, it's a great vape at 30 to 35 watts. If you're intermediate, it's a great vape up to 60 watts. If you're advanced, you got a 220 watt mod. And also, if you're a beginner or an intermediate, when you decide to step up your game, you've got 220 watts to play around with. You've got a nice wide option frontier available to you when you get into dripping and sub-ohm tanks and bigger stuff. So But as far as that goes, most people vape between 20 and 60 watts. This is more than adequate for most vapors' needs. You don't have to be crazy and vape like me. A very flavorful, enjoyable coil, nice quality tank. I like it. I highly recommend it. I'm going to put links down below where you can get this whole kit affordably online, or look for it in your local vape shops. If you don't want to wait and you don't want to go online, go stop by your local vape shop. It's probably under $100. I can't imagine this costs more than $100 for the whole setup, but I don't own a retail shop and I'm not telling you how much they charge. So go check out this product, and if this intrigued you, I recommend buying it. You won't be disappointed. Thank you very much for watching Quest for Vape. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for?